Hi, I'm Jay Lucas.
And I'm Karen Lucas.
And welcome to the Sunshine Report. I think we've got a terrific topic this week. It's all about a subject you learned in school and you use every day, and it's the magic of math.
Math, oh my gosh.
Well, and when you think about math, and you may have learned arithmetic in the first grade, and maybe eventually your multiplication tables, and I think we sort of take it for granted.
Well, we do, and if you think about that, I mean, do people actually use the word arithmetic?
Well, maybe not anymore, and I don't think we're not teaching long division.
Well, and do we use pencils to do our math?
Probably not. But the truth is that math is so foundational.
It is.
And it's so important. And it really is vital that every young person, and as they develop these math skills. And we're so proud here in New Hampshire that we have some of the best math programs and STEM programs, and really in the entire country.
Yeah, and I think that's something that people don't always realize, how important math is to students when they're young, and they build on that. So it's a building, just like an equation of 1 + 1 equals 2, right? It's a building of the skill set. And it's also about the mind, being able to use that skill set for the mind. And sometimes we put that away because we go get the calculator and we forget about doing those, I just call calculations on a piece of paper or in your head. So I always say, to keep it fresh, do some of those counting right out and using your skill set, use the brain.
Well, those are what I call like these little neural networks that
Yes.
you kind of build and build and build in your mind, and they really they develop, and they grow, and they give you something that you can rely upon. I've got one great example from Newport, New Hampshire, years ago. We had a great friend who spent much of his career at the checkout counter. He was a checker at the ShopRite supermarket, and he had this incredible ability. He would maintain a conversation with you while he's checking out all your big shopping basket full of goods. And by the end of it, he'd say, "Well, let's guess what the cash register is going to say." And that's before you had digital display.
Yeah.
He would hit the button, and he would say, "I think it's $39.48." And we go up, and he goes, "It's $39.48."
Oh.
He had a really strong neural network.
Oh my gosh.
And that's something I think we don't want to lose.
No, and I'll give you a little example too, where one of our kids, we would be on a road trip, and what would end up happening is that we'd say, okay, let's do some math equations. And before we knew it, we would have one of the kids would have the answer within seconds. We'd look in the back and say, how did you do that?
Happen?
And today he still uses his brain
to basically do the same thing.
Do the same thing. You can give him any number, and it just is his ability. But it's also one that he allows the brain to actually work, right? I mean, you have to actually put a little concentration in there.
I think that's very true. And one other thing I would say about math, sort of the positive energy, the positive thoughts around math, is that it's something you can rely on.
Right.
2 + 2 always equals 4.
Right.
And there's a certain certainty to
4
that you really, really admire and like. So, well, as we think about math and we think about how it's used in our daily life and this great Sunshine Report, as we always like to say here at the Sunshine Report, it's positive energy that inspires positive change, that produces positive results.